create as you cause leadership in the world, and you are causing leadership being here today and everything that you do each and every day, perfectly and imperfectly. It's all good, but everything is possible. Everything is possible. And that song by Journey, Only the Young, what that brings present is the fact that as we age, we forget. We forget the power of magic. We forget the power inside of us. And you have everything you need to create the joy, the happiness, the magic, the freedom, all of it each and every day. You're safe and perfect as you are, as things are. And never let anything that's happening here and the talent hotbed and the acceleration to change the fact that inside of you right now, you have everything you need. You are everything you need. You have every resource, dollar, everything you need, even if you're in debt and the verge of bankruptcy. It doesn't define you. You define you. You will sing your own praises, as they say in I Am a Champion. You define you. Nobody defines you. And if you have all of the things, you're sitting and stressed, and I got to get another thing done and make this happen and that thing happen, that's still a choice in a story. And you get to define your story. Easier said than done, ladies and gentlemen. Easier said than done. I perfectly, imperfectly execute that advice because we all get hooked. But our grounding each day, our reminder together here is that we have everything. And all of it is just a story. So let's make up stories that empower us and accelerate us. Not make up stories about doing things that don't work. Like, let's not make up a story that you can eat poison. Like, let's not make up that story. Let's not make up a story that you can run east looking for a sunset setting in the west. Like, that's not going to work. So we don't want to make up stories about things that don't work, but we do want to make up realities and stories around failure, like ultimate failure. No such thing. Rejection, no such thing. They're all just stories. Let's make up the stories that support us. So objectively, there are numbers. We measure things. That's how we create that thing we call, the story we call acceleration. Those things we call money, time, and magic. So it's this beautiful, heart-centered detachment. It's urgency. It's like, what speed are you moving at is a choice. What speed are you moving at is a choice. But so often what governs our speed, what restricts us and pulls us back in these moments and things is the story we create around friction, our fear of rejection, our fear of failure. No such thing. You have the power to define your story, your life, your day, your encounters. They are yours. So with that said, good morning, Adam Gugino, Fernando. Let's bring up Captain Marvel, Diana, and Andres. So what's happening, AG? What is there for you with what we're sharing?
Good morning. Yeah, I mean, you continue to expand my mind on so many things coming off of last night's call on referrals. I thought I knew how to ask for a referral. I thought I knew how to be specific when I asked for a referral and how to achieve that mutual value. And yesterday, just mind blown on how to optimize that. So woke up with that.
Brother, coming from somebody that led ADP nationally in selling by understanding the principles of ecosystem merging and relationship creation, and we speak into, I want to create a distinction real quick, I'll kick it back to AG, the word referral. What I want folks to hold space for is what we're really asking for is social proofing. So really quickly, I sweats this morning. So when we ask for a referral, right, what we're really asking for is social proofing. Referrals are random. These are random. And they occur by happenstance. When we ask for social proofing and permission to call people, that's a game changer. So one part of it is social proofing. Another part is asking for names. That's a game changer. How does that land for you, AJ?
once again, the language, but it's not about just changing words. It's about the meaning. And once that meaning resonates, it changes everything.
Yeah.
So
It compounds and changes action, which we're going to go through heart-centered math and self-influence and process mastery examples tomorrow night about the space of asking permission, social proofing, and where that fits into the 7 levers in those micro distinctions. So awesome, AG. Fernando, what's there? Actually, I'm sorry. So good. Was there anything else that you were completing on, Adam?
no, I mean, other than you brought up ADP, and when I first started, it was 400 phone calls a day with like 5, 6 hours of talk time. And then over time, over the 3 years to become number one, those outbound calls became all inbound calls. And if I had this skill and if I had this language, then that would have happened not in 3 years. It would have happened in less than a year.
Yeah. And what Adam's speaking into is that, and we're anchoring on this from yesterday, that it may feel completely unsustainable for you to be talking to people that you don't know. And that's understandable. You could do something about it because that's just the story, but leave that aside. You don't have to talk to people you don't know forever. You don't have to talk to people you don't know forever. I don't call anybody. So you're like, well, you're telling us to do all this stuff. I did all this stuff and have built and scaled and structured. Adam and Fernando are, right? Adam and Fernando are, but I'm living the byproduct of what I'm teaching you is how to graduate from those things. And Adam and Fernando are building, structuring, and for their ego subjugation. Now, what I graduated from also was one-on-one coaching, and I'm doing it out of love. And Adam and Fernando, out of love, are doing what they're doing. So for all of you, it is not something you have to do forever. It is something that you build your ecosystem value. You build your ecosystem mergers that create your ecosystem value. You have the right connective tissue. You have the right piping that goes from ecosystem merging and speaking to sales meetings to sales, as we looked at it with Craig last night, and we're going to dial in even, we're going to continue that dialogue tomorrow night. Those pieces are what produce the difference between a $100,000 a year business, a $1 million a year business, a $10 million a year business, a $100 million a year business. That's the entire deal, the whole thing. And the difficulty we have, that you may have, that we may have, is thinking, could it really be that easy? It really is that easy if you define easy as doing things that are immensely scary for you and uncomfortable, doing them relentlessly, consistently, regardless of the fear, changing your conditioning, rising your process, influence, and self-mastery. I define that as easy. You may not, but that is easy because it's assured. It is assured. Fernando, what's there for you?
What's there for me is a reminding of a lesson. And that lesson is, there's a saying that goes, hard, easy, or no, actually it starts, most people go easy and then it ends up being hard, flipping it over to work hard and then it'll be easy. My new reframe from, this conversation and what we're having and the fact that it's all just a story and I have the power to create, whatever I want is easy, easy. Because the reality is this is easy. It's fun. It's simple. It's magical. And what you've been able to create through the formula is that just mathematically speaking, what is more efficient than ecosystem merging? I have yet to discover that. And I think you spent all your life, 25 years, if not all your life, figuring this math out and distilling it for us here.
Yeah. And if coming up for you right now is screw you, it's not easy. It is not easy. I don't even want to hear this. Ego, significance, and it's understandable and validated. It is validated. The pain, the frustration, and that doesn't change the reality. It's here, and it feels like it's not there, but it's right there. For Craig, 70 people he brought on. Extraordinary. We're going to dig into what happened with those 70 people tomorrow night, if he's up for it, or with somebody else. Because step one was like crushing, like crushed it. And what happened after that? Next step, next step, next step. Because the amount of folks that you move through the containers of the levers with, that's critical for their future and for yours. So be looking at those containers, those integrous dynamics that keep things moving from one to another, to another, to another. That said,
with that one, Sean Kelly, I just want to take a moment. I think this is correlated to what we're speaking about, to acknowledge Rick Starr. I'm present to the importance of sharing wins. Rick Starr, shared it in the WhatsApp group. So, I'll stay private because I know that's a private group. He had a conversation with someone of high ecosystem equity, 30 minutes, and he shared how he was building emotional rapport for 28 minutes. It was 1 minute of heroic unique identity, and another minute of exactly what you're talking about is continued conversations with other folks like that person. And just the jolt of energy that gave me. Like, I'll speak for Fernando. Just reading that, I was like, yes, that's amazing. I want more of it. It was dopamine and serotonin everywhere. And it's just important to share that. So movement, like a request, like a potential, ask is share wins more often. Wins like that, not, generic wins, but how the application of the formula is reducing friction, creating fun, simple, and magical access to everything that we're creating here. So Rick Starr, thank you for, guiding and showing what that type of leadership looked like. Back to you, Sean.
Yeah. And if you're not taking action, right? If you're not taking action and you want to talk to somebody, right? Everybody gives somebody 5 minutes of listen and specifically say, well, which is it? Your fear of failure, fear of rejection that's stopping you? You could shortcut the conversation really quickly. When somebody's long into a story, ask them, hey, what action steps are you taking? How much action are you taking? Well, no, I want to tell you my story about what I think is wrong. No. I'm first asking how much action are you taking? And kind of a lot. How many calls are you making? How many people are you talking to? How many referrals are you asking for? Are you confronting your money and scaling your business? Are you confronting your recruiting? On this thing, how much action are you taking? Describe not what went wrong, just the sheer action steps, like boom, 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 boom. And when you find that they're not taking a lot of action, because they won't be, mostly, say, okay, what's stopping you? Fear of rejection, fear of failure. Begin to isolate as a self-influence or process mastery challenge. Okay. Diana, Captain Marvel, you out there?
I'm here, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. And Andres as well. Let's hear from both you fine.
I'm here, brother.
And amazing folks. What's up, brother? So
Good morning.
Good morning. So Diana, your takeaways from last night and this morning, what is there for you that you are learning? And then what is there for you about how you might want to, let's go with that first. Like, what is there for you that you are taking away?
Well, what I'm taking away is that there's always a new perspective to add to what you're doing. So when you said referrals are random, and I think referrals, why would I want to even think, oh, I have to ask for a referral? It feels like begging for something that is not even intentionally precise. And I'm very aware of the power of intention and that I create my reality with my thinking. How am I in my body? How am I in my heart? So I want to invite somebody to have a shared experience, to come into my life because something great is happening and you want to be part of this. And if you're not, I'm sorry to say, you're missing on the greatness that is possible for you. So even if I will not use those words, that is the intention that I carry as I'm making that invitation to participate on the next step. It's almost as if we went to the rides together and we went on the first ride, Carnival. It was fun. Let's do the next one and the next one again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again.
Sean.
Yes.
Sean, Jack, can I add something in?
Jack, awesome. Level 5 thinking is in the building. What's up, brother?
So an important piece to the whole thing is, I've never done any marketing, zero marketing for my business, and we've been around for quite a while. And I can tell you that the referral system works tremendously as you're over delivering and bringing massive value. I don't get phone calls like Pfizer calling to connect with us because we're not delivering value. And you get to a point where I don't make phone calls. I mean, I have a team around me. We build a team and we do those things, but it's all 95% of my business is all based on referrals, and it goes from over delivering. You get to a point where I don't even think you have to ask because your clients know that you're delivering such massive value that they're anxious to tell their friends, their colleagues, their other people that they know, hey, listen, contact this person. I just had it happen yesterday. A development company from Spartanburg, South Carolina, randomly called me because of a customer that I dealt with 5 years ago. And that's the best kind of action that there is. And as you're building that, just look to bring massive value, over deliver, over deliver, over deliver. And those referrals just start to happen really naturally, and building the team around you that can support that. That's really the key to the referral, because you can't ask for a referral if you're not delivering, right?
Absolutely. And knowing, as you said, Jack, knowing what that value is and all the different ways you can over deliver value with a long-term customer, and you could deliver value, right, brother?
Yeah,
In a 4-minute conversation, in a 4-minute
definitely.
conversation with your presence and wisdom. And I'm sure that's what people regularly experience when they connect with you and speak with you. So thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Awesome. Andres, what's there for you?
Brother, yes, thank you for having me here. I mean, it's a combination of, as I hear you speak this morning, I think of the power of sufficiency. Us being sufficient to act and just choose. Like we have everything that we need.
Yes.
It is developing and that constant choice. And since the last week that you introduced, the 9.5, being at 9.5 all the time with the intentionality around strength, confidence, certainty, it's just a combination of all of that, and then continuing to deepen the hotbed of asking the questions, not just asking random questions, but being even more intentional with how you're asking, with the specificity of what is it that you're looking for, so that it's geared towards the listening of the other person and adding massive value at the same time. So it just keeps on getting even powerful, and confronting people and speaking into the truth, and so much growth in the last 48 hours that it's exciting where we're headed. So it is that's what's here for me.
Yeah.
And can we just take a second to acknowledge the fact that every time Andres talks, there's either like beautiful chimes in the air or like birdies singing like a whimsical noise. Like, it has to be really nice to have that around all the time. So just want to take a moment to acknowledge that. Back to you, Sean.
Awesome. Love it. Yes. Love the energy, Andres. And where are you exactly in Puerto Rico right now?
I am on the lower west side, so southwest side of Puerto Rico. It is the city of Cabo Rojo, and I have the ocean. I can see the ocean from where I am. It is a beautiful wind crosses through the place that we're living, and it is magical. It's truly magical.
Awesome. Well, great job, brother. So
Thank you.
What to do in terms of friction and things. Couple quick points. So for those that are looking to create acceleration growth, this would not be a thing for Jack with where his company is and the types of companies he's working with. This would also probably not be something this morning for Elle. Every day we are now going on from 9 to 9:30 on Clubhouse. Okay. Number one, I am not telling you to go on. Okay. I would share that today from 9 to 9:30, if it fits and you're looking to grow and accelerate business right now, this will be something to watch and model. Rob Gill has given me the ambassador results, the permission to like coach him live every morning. So like watching that coaching is going on there literally with Epic and the things that are occurring. Number one. Number two, I am clear that we now understand how to effectively use Clubhouse. Things are moving at a very meaningfully accelerated clip, not measured by followership, although every day there's more of that, but that's not at all the standard. The standard is what are we causing in leadership and how much time is it costing? And so this morning, we're going to announce our third Influence Challenge. Diana has won one. Bella has won one. Denise has won one. Andy Zapata has won one. So, great job, team. And if I'm omitting anybody from the Unblinded, Dave McKenna has Leslie. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Leslie. And so we are announcing the Influence Challenge for the weekend after this one. We're going to do eight different leaders that we are seeking. Rob Gill is already one of them in Epic. Hala Jaludi is a second one of them. And we're going to work with 6 more leaders. The dynamic is going to be, it's going to be 6 leaders plus 3, we'll call them co-leaders, that they work with that will rotate through as judges. So it's going to be 4 people plus an internal Unblinded team member that will be working with each different grouping. And those groupings are going to be designed to create meaningful value for what these people are doing, meaningful value for what the leaders are creating, similar to the value you create with a group of people in a real raw. The value here, though, is it's 24 people. It's leading up to something we're going to end up doing late in mid to late March with a massive influence bracket challenge, an ultimate champion, and all kinds of stuff that we'll talk about as time progresses, including we do our Unblinded immersion in the last weekend of February. That's only internal for everybody. And this Clubhouse challenge, it's going to be the participants for the weekend after next are not going to be from inside of the Unblinded programs. So if you want to judge or lead, soon there will be places for us to partner in all of it. This is the final innovative, like pre-launch of everything we're doing on Clubhouse. And there'll be massive acceleration for you. It doesn't matter pre or post launch, massive acceleration for you by hosting, something that Denise did. Denise, if you want to host again, having just won a fantastic job you did, you're certainly offered one of those spots. We're going to be intentional and selective about like who those first 8 people are. The commitment is if you're taking one of those slots, that you are committed to having 24 people in the brackets. We're gonna list the people in the brackets before it starts. Next innovation coming. They'll get time slots. They'll know when they're there. They'll know when the quarterfinal round begins that they're in. If they win, they'll know when the semis are and the finals are. All of it. They'll know when to show up. The rounds for that weekend are going to be at 10, 1, 4, and 7. 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. on Sunday. And the other 3 leaders can be from within the ecosystem. They don't have to be, can be within the ecosystem. So if you'd like to be one of those 3 judges working with Rob, feel free to jump in. If you'd like to be one of those 3 judges or partners working with Hala, the only commitment is you can't just show up and judge. You've got to cause the 24 people and organize that situation with the leader as that leader is working with you and dictating. So this is like example of causing leadership. It's a container. It's a container. It is an example of a what? A container. And so that's what we're doing. So if you want to know more about that, jump on a Clubhouse today because we'll be leaning into it. And our outcome is by the end of today, we will have those 8 people committed. It could even be by the end of Clubhouse at 9:30 this morning. And the world doesn't end if you're not, of course, if you're not doing one of those 8 folks. It's with intentionality. It's with that commitment. It's realizing that what you'll do then and follow up with those different people. So that's all present. So Diana, are you jumping on over to Clubhouse shortly as well or no?
100%. And I want to say yay, because it feels like a party. And this is the vibe that I want to share with you guys. When we're in Clubhouse, I've been in rooms where I've been so bored, and I've been in rooms where I've been kind of excited, but actually listening, and as an audience member, not as a participant. And it's a very big difference. If you think the real raw on steroids, if you think what Facebook could have been if people were allowed to have choice and make decisions, this is what I feel is brewing here, and more, because we can use this container to create meaningful relationships, to merge ecosystems, to share our value, to discover our voice. For me, it's exciting to step into my fun energy in Clubhouse, and I can do it easily because nobody's watching. Like having the camera on is a little more, pressure putting, but there is audio only, so you can really unleash who you are and bring that fun energy into the room, and the rest is the magic of the formula. So yay, I'm there, I'm excited. Let's go, guys, let's party together.
If you don't,
David Rush just sent me a text message. He's in. David Rush is in.
D-Rush.
And Sean, like, why
D-Rush is number 3. If Denise wants to jump in, she'll be one of them as well.
Yeah,
Be
TTP
careful, though,
was a yes on that, by the way.
All right, what?
TTP texted me saying yes.
Be careful, because sorry to interrupt, but if I team up with D-Rush, we become D-Square, and we're gonna blow everybody else out of the water. So
all right, so Diana.
I don't know about that, because if I partner up with Denise Klein,
Bella's in.
Oh my
I still got my money
I
on
don't know
Andres.
about that,
He's the
Diana.
silent assassin.
Oh my
I still
God.
got my money on Andres.
Craig B just texted. Craig B's in.
Craig B doesn't want it, bro. He doesn't want
I
it.
smell a challenge coming up.
So hold on. So somebody like Jack Tavares or L, what's in this for them right now is watching what is happening and how they can cause that leadership inside of their organization.
Eric
What
is
time
in.
is it?
This
Yeah.
is what, Jack?
What time is this at?
Wait, the challenge or
Jack is ready to jump on.
which
No,
thing?
the challenge. What time is the challenge at?
The challenge is going to be 8 different challenges. So it's like you'd have a 3-hour window. It takes a little under 3 hours, if you, by 2.5 hours. It's 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 7. 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m. 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. on Saturday. 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. on Sunday. The weekend after this one, and you could select one of those time slots. We'll pull out of a hat unless people say, "Listen, I absolutely can't do a certain slot." So it's going to be 8 different leaders, causing that.
Pick one for me. I'll take whichever one you want.
Oh,
Boom.
I love
Jack,
this
I'm
dude.
with you, man.
I love this
All right,
dude.
Jack.
All right.
Jack, be on Andres' team if you want to win. Just my.
All right.
Oh, no.
All right. So I got to jump over to Clubhouse to explain this, but I want to be on time getting over there and conclude on time here. I'm really trying to create that 9 o'clock break time for us here, like cut time. So we got TTP. She has her. That's like 6 already, I think. It's TTP. It's Jack. It's D Rush. It's Bella and Denise. It's Rob, Gill, and Hala. So far, I think that's 6. Is that correct?
Seems appropriate.
Yeah. So 2 more are open. This is going to be gone in like a hot minute. So, okay, we're going over Clubhouse. We're going to go 5 wide receiver set on Rob Gill's Business and Epic. So for business ownership, right, look to getting Rob there to scale because, it's like, what does it look like when you start doing the stuff we're talking about in a very meaningful way and you got all kinds of opportunities floating? It becomes very easy to like shut down and not see all the things you're missing. And so that topic is present on Clubhouse at Rob this morning, continuing into that tomorrow morning, into tomorrow night, because we want to look at the containers that keep the 7 levers together. That's what we're speaking into. So like Craig last night did a great job filling stuff. What did it translate out the sales end? Probably isn't where we want to be yet, but where did those leaks happen in the continuum? And how do we keep those containers together, not only in a sales process, but an ecosystem merger process?
Boom.
2 different things, right? So amazing job, guys. Thank you. Jump on over to Clubhouse. You don't have an invite, put in the chat, get somebody invite over there. If that is for you. If
And Sean,
yes.
and just some ridiculous energy. I don't know if you would approve the fact that Adam Gugino is drinking like this giant green glass wine bottle live on like the Huddle. I don't know if you would approve that, but I don't know if we recommend that.
Mountain Valley mineral water.
Bella, tell Adam to stop hanging out with your friends from Vegas all night long, please, and stop drinking on the Huddle in the morning. Jesus Christ. We have things to do. No more of this, Adam Gugino, please. Everybody have an extraordinary day. Love you guys. The Rising. Let's go.